This is Kingsley from IELTS Blast. Today we'll be looking at another question type on matching information to paragraph. Please, the first question we did, if you have not watched it, I will advise you go ahead and watch how we were able to solve that question. Though it is still the same strategy we use on that is the same strategy we will use on this. Now, one thing about matching information to paragraph, the more you solve it, the more it becomes easy for you. So today we'll be looking at another past question, and the title of this past question is The Innovation of Glossary Store. The innovation of glossary store. Now we only have question 1 to 5 on this matching information to paragraph. So as I've said before, you don't read the paragraphs, go straight to the questions. Read the questions separately and underline your keyword. So let's do that now. Okay, so these are the questions. These are what? The questions. So, the instruction says what? The reading passage has 7 paragraphs, A to G. Which paragraph contains the following information? Write the correct letter A to G in the box 1 to 5 in your answer sheet. Now, as I've said before, this type of question, they are asking you this number 1 statement. Where can you find it in the paragraph? Where can you find them in the paragraph? Just like the way I explained in the other video, I told us that we should read all the question and underline a keyword. So, the first question says, how Clarence's new idea have been carried out? What are our keyword here? Clarence's new idea. I will underline it. Then carried out. The second one says, introducing the modern and pattern of glossary store before his age. Introducing the modern. You underline that. Then before, please pay attention to that. Before, then his age. You underline that. Question 3 says, Clarence Sonder declared bankruptcy in a few years later. What is our keyword here? Bankruptcy. Then few years later. You underline that. Then the next one says, the description of Clarence's new concept. So he now came up with a new idea now. You underline that. Then the other one, the number 5 said, the booming development of his business. Booming development of his business. You underline that. So now that we have underlined it now, it has made our life easy. So what do? Let's go to the passage to answer there now. So what we are looking at for here in number 1 is what? Clarence Sonder new idea had been carried out. How Clarence's new idea had been carried out. How did he carry this idea out? So let's see the paragraph that has this particular statement. As usual, you scan for keyword. Sometimes you may not see them word for word. Think about the synonyms they may use, but let's scan first. Some people will say they like reading. Please, it's always advisable you should scan Just scan so that you will not end up spending time in reading the whole passage. Okay, we are looking for Clarence carry his new idea. Okay, yeah, they said Clarence Saunders became working part-time. Look at this statement. They said a Virginia boy named Clarence became working part-time. Became. Let's pay attention to that, because I'm thinking this part here might answer this question too. I'm just thinking. I can't say yet, but I am just thinking. Let's underline that. Okay, let's check. Keep scanning for keyword. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to avoid reading the whole paragraph. I just want to scan for keyword, then pay attention to that part, so that I will not be able to waste my time on it. Okay, it's not there. Let's check paragraph C. Don't forget, the keyword we are scanning for here is what? Clarence Saunders' new idea carried out. So, how did they carry the new idea out is what we are looking at for. Okay, see the way I'm scanning now. Okay, let's check. See, oh, look at it here. Launch. Saunders launched the self-service renovation. Sorry, on September 6, 1916, Saunders launched the self-service revolution in the USA by opening the first service Piggin Winkley shop. Can we see it now? So that means that this particular statement here has the same meaning with what this. So the answer here will become D. That is what the answer, because they said what? How Clarence new idea had been carried out. So let's go through this. Let's go through the D again. They said blah blah blah. Saunders launched the self-service revolution in USA by opening the first self-service Piggin Winkley store at 79 Jefferson Street in Memphis, Tennessee, with its characteristics stencil at the entrance. Customers paid cash, select their home goods from the store. It was unlike any other grocery store at that time. Inside a Piggin Winkley, shoppers were not at the mercy of shop trek. They were not at the mercy of shop clerk. They were free to roam the store, check out the merchandise, and get what they needed with their own hands and what feet. You can see it now. It's now explaining how it is being what done. So you can see now that this particular statement here is in that paragraph. Now let's move on. 2. Introducing the mode and pattern of a grocery before its age. Introducing the mode and pattern before its age. I think I saw something like that in paragraph either 1 or 2. Let's see. Let's take a look at the question again. The question says what? Introducing the modes and pattern of grocery shop introducing the mode and pattern of grocery stores. That means that they said at the beginning of the 20th century, grocery store in the United States were full. A customer will ask a clerk behind the counter for specific item, and the clerk would package the item, which were limited to dry goods. If they were to save some time, they would have to ask the delivery boy or by themselves to send a note to what they want to buy to the grocery store first, and then go to pay for the goods later. The grocery store usually carried only one brand of each goods. Now the question says, let's take a look at the question. It says, introducing the modern of grocery store before its age. That means that what were they doing? So you can see now that this is what the grocery store was doing. Don't forget, they said at the beginning of the 20th century, that at the beginning of what, the 20th century, grocery store in the United States were full. A customer, now they are now introducing how they were operating now. How they were operating before. So that means that our statement is inside this paragraph A. So here, A becomes the answer. Because of that word, introduce. The introduce means what? But even though they did not use that word for word, instead they use what? They says at the beginning. Look at the word at the beginning. At the beginning also means what? Introducing. I told us that we should watch out for what? Synonyms. Watch out for synonyms. Now let's take a look at the next one. They say Clarence Sandra declared bankruptcy a few years after. So let's look for bankruptcy. Let's see whether we see anything. There's no bankruptcy in D. There's no bankruptcy. Let's check whether there's bankruptcy in F. Maybe they can also say went broke. Let's see whether they will see anything that said maybe he lost all his money. Whether we'll see anything like that. Oh, look at the bankruptcy here. Can we see it? So what do? You just read the whole statement. They said that, however, Sonder was forced into bankruptcy in 1923 after a dramatic spat which the New York Stock Exchange and he went into to creating Clarence Sonder Home. So you can see now that this statement is in paragraph what? F. So the answer here is what? F. Because that's where he went into bankruptcy. So let's take a look at the number 4. They said description of Clarence Sonder new concept. Where can we find this information? Let's see. So our keyword here is new concept. New concept can also be new idea. You know, the way he described his new idea. The way he described his new idea. From other grocery store. Where does he describe his idea? Let's check. Let's see paragraph G. Okay, there's nothing related to that. So let's go to the first paragraph where, okay, yeah, the paragraph A was the introduction of the grocery store, how they operate. Yeah, when it become working. Then let's see this C. They said he moved to Nephilis where he developed his concept. Can you see it? You see now that they even put it there. New conception. You see the keyword now. Yeah, they are saying what? New concept. So let's see whether they really describe the concept. Let's read all over again. So in 1902, he moved to Memphis, where he developed his concept to form a grocery wholesale cooperative and a full-service grocery store. For this, Cafeteria Grocery so that divide this grocery into 3 stages. You see that it has started what? Describing how his grocery shop will be or has been. You see the way he was able to talk about it. So it is in this paragraph C that the description of grocery new concept came about. So the answer here will be what? C as our answer. If you read it very well, you find out that it talks about the groceries, his concept. So you can read it very well, pause the video, read it and see how he was able to describe his concept in this paragraph C. Okay, so now let's take a look at the last question. They said the booming development of his business. Look at the word booming. Booming means what? His business thrive. It will grow others. Let's see where we'll be able to see something related to booming in the passage. Let me just scroll down. Let's scroll down. Let's see. Oh, look at it now. Can you see it? They said took off. Took off is also known as what? Booming. Can we see it now? They said what? The booming development of his business. But here, they said the piggling weekly and the self-serving concept took off. That is what the concept now. That is what he came up with. Then let's read ahead. Sonda opened 9 stores in Memphis area within the first year. You can see now they are now explaining what make it, how it boom. You see now that it opened what? 9 stores. And by the time you go through all of this one, you find out that each of all the store was worth 1.3 billion today. So you can see now that the answer, the booming development of his business, is in paragraph E. Is in paragraph E. So you can pause the video to take your time to go through it to see the boom, how it boom, the way it boom. So with this, you can see now that no matter how long the paragraph is, don't be scared of it. Just make sure you underline your keyword from the question and probably attach synonyms to those keywords, because that one will help you in locating the exact paragraph that statement is being what? Found. So you can see how this paragraph is long, but look at how short it is for us to solve this type of what? Question. So matching heading, applying this approach, applying this strategy that I've explained to you, you will always find matching information very, very easy. So watch out for our next video. We'll also be taking another question type. Please, once again, if you have not watched the previous video, kindly do so that you get it very well. And for those of us who have not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And if you have any comment, please leave it at the comment box. And if you have any question, please send us your question on the comment box. We will respond to your question. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.